Hello everybody and welcome back to another Hot Toys 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. Today we're looking at the Star Wars Range Trooper. This guy looks fucking awesome. Sorry I had to bleep that. That just slipped out in, first 30 seconds of the video. You can't really be doing that. This is a Hot Toys exclusive, so this thing is about to be super nice. Box art really cool on here. Pretty basic, simple design. I'm not really a big box guy, but I do like that Hot Toys actually protrudes these and it's a separate piece. But anyway, everybody, I got this guy from toysassembled.com, my preferred website to buy brand new figures from. And occasionally you can even get pre-owned figures like the ones that I actually review right here sometimes. So if you guys want to check them out, link on the screen right here or the link in the description below. But anyway, let's get this guy out of the box. First in-hand impressions, as usual, everybody. I have never opened this figure before. So first we can see this really cool box art. Now, I am such a big fan of just how this guy looks. We'll take a closer look at this. And as I usually say, I do like this art better than the actual box art. But here is the first look at the figure, everybody. And oh my god, first of all, this thing has some weight to it. I mean, like, he is kind of heavy. All right, let's get all of this plastic wrapping off of him. And guys, I was right. This guy definitely has some weight to him. But first in-hand impressions, he is phenomenal. Oh my god, you guys can't tell me this guy does not look amazing. But anyway, everybody, we're going to put this guy back in the box. Take a look at every single one of the accessories it comes with, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure itself. All right, everybody, and this is everything that the Range Trooper comes with. Trust me, it's not a lot of stuff, but we'll take a quick look at everything it does come with. This is the pretty usual display base that the Star Wars figures come with. Has the metal nameplate saying Star Wars Range Trooper, and they usually do have this normal gray kind of aesthetic. This one does look like it's a lighter tone with that green on the bottom, and it does have a little bit of weathering, or you could say snow. Pretty simple though, with a standard crotch grabber. Coming onto his hands, we get two trigger fingers so you can hold his weapon in either hand. The marks and scratches and details all over this is amazing, and the actual texture and sculpt work on these gloves is crazy. You can see an absolute ton of black wash, and every single little speck, even that, is all on purpose to make these things look as realistic and weathered as possible. And I am really, really impressed with how these things came out. Next, we have a sprawled out open hand, and this one I guess you could hold the gun with, or it could be considered a pointing hand, but again, the same exact really nice sculpt work, paint work, and details. And then these were the two that came on the body, just two relaxed hands. Again, same great work. And this is the blaster that he ends up coming with, guys, and I think this white looks awesome, especially with all that black chipping and dirt work all over it. And this piece right here does move, which, as I am aware of right now, that is the only moving piece, because this does not seem to come out. This I don't want to break, doesn't move, and everything else seems like it is stuck in place. But the detail all over this thing really does look great. This is a real metal loop right here. We have that nice little red accent, again, a little black accents, and like I said, a bunch of different scratches and paint chipping all over it. But yeah, I know this was a really short portion, but he doesn't come with a lot of stuff, so we'll get the actual figure out here and take a closer look at him himself. All right, everybody, here we have him. No special accessories or poses or anything like that. Standing straight up and down in the light box and not a joint moved. Oh my god, he looks so good. This guy has so much presence in the display, and he will definitely stick out being such a vibrant white character. He has a ton of different sculpted detail and work all around him. All of that chipping and paint, and especially all the weathering on his jacket, is so nice and cool. And I am a huge fan of those boots. This guy has amazing proportions too. I just want to mention that. He does have really realistic ones. But anyway, let's take a closer look at what this figure actually looks like in hand, and I'll tell you guys what I think about it. All right, everybody, here we have the figure nice and close up. First of all, he is a very chunky guy. He weighs quite a lot. And as you guys can see, the detail all over him looks phenomenal. An absolute ton of dirt and grime all over this figure. Rust and a bunch of shit all over him. We'll start off with this awesome looking head sculpt with that nice monochrome orange inside of his visor. That looks great. Again, a bunch of different scratches and paint detail all over it. I am a huge fan of how all of this looks, and as I know you guys are wondering, this fur feels super high quality, and you can actually press it and mat it down a little more if you want. but I do kind of like that kind of like frayed up, kind of mid-wind kind of look, and I think it looks really awesome. Coming down to the body itself, so we have a bunch of different wires all over him, a bunch of different little pieces, and this actually is soft material. This is not sculpted, so this does look like little packs. Again, little red, little blue, ton of black, and you can see a bunch of different really light airbrushed brown to make it really sell that dirty feel. Coming down, you guys can see again a ton of different wearing. And here is something really special about this guy, his boots slash feet, mechanical, whatever you want to call it. An absolute monstrous amount of detail. These things look phenomenal. Again, these all are sculpted plastic. These are not soft, which I don't really have any complaints about because the detail work on them is so good. Coming over to his arms, he has his little panel with his gloves, obviously. Again, same thing on this side. Now on his shoulder here, he does have these two little things. I'm not really sure what they are, but they do come out and they do have a really nice chrome finish on them. So if anybody does know what those are, comment them down below right now. But yeah, guys, this guy feels and looks super high quality, and I really can't tell you guys more how much I love him. Again, on his back, a ton of different rust, it looks like, in panel work. And if we come under his jacket, first of all, this whole thing is super nicely fleece lined, and this feels better than any jacket I have. But these right here are actual rubber wires that come from his boots all the way up his back. Not really sure where it stops, but again, there is all those different panelings all around. I just thought that was a really cool detail that they actually made real rubber wires that can move and you could position around his body however you like. This is something I never do, but I thought this was honestly just a really cool way to show off the figure itself. First of all, this kind of walking pose is really awesome, but also I really do just like him displayed with his box in the background. I've never even thought about displaying my characters with their corresponding box, but this is definitely a really cool look. And moving that box out of the way, we have a chance to actually focus on the figure itself in my opinion, a really cool dynamic pose. Obviously, the stormtrooper is not doing any backflips or, force choking anybody, I think, but this really does look really dynamic, and I think this would be my personal choice to display him in my display. Now, of course, you guys also could pull off something a little more basic like this, and I think this is also a pretty cool way to display your figure. But guys, if you were contemplating picking this guy up, I say this about a lot of figures, but this guy, I really do mean it. The details, the proportions, everything about this guy is phenomenal. The only gripe I have a little bit is his articulation, but the actual look of the character definitely makes up for that, and in my opinion makes him 100 times worth it. Now guys, here I have him compared to the Purge Trooper Commander. This is seriously like night and day, a fully black figure and a fully white one. Fully based off of my preference and my display appeal, I would 100% pick this fella on the right, the Range Trooper. He, in my opinion, is just a lot cooler of a figure, has a lot more details obviously on him, and overall just a cooler design. And here we have it, everybody, the Range Trooper with the brand new Hot Toys released AntMan. Only reason why I'm doing this is because obviously it's Hot Toys' brand new release of AntMan and their brand new release of the Range Trooper. This is basically the same as the Purge Trooper Commander. It is just black and red. This one has a tiny bit of silver on him. I do prefer the guy on the right. And finally, of course, everybody, we got Deadpool. I bet you guys did not think I was gonna be forgetting him this time. And every single character I've displayed has been black and red. I don't really know why this video. And if I was going to display anybody else, it would have been Spider-Man, and he is also black and red. So shit out of luck on that one. But, this one I think works the second best, obviously the Stormtrooper being the first. But now, everybody, it is time for your favorite portion, the articulation, so let's get right into it. His arms can go a little past 90 degrees. Going forwards, I'd say is going to be pretty impressive, yeah, because this suit is pretty loose on him. Elbow bend, though, he has gauntlets right here, so it really does limit that range of motion. Going backwards, again, really great. Guys, I don't think you were expecting any ab crunch, and you shouldn't be expecting a lot. You get a very tiny bit going forward, and actually a pretty great amount going backwards considering the amount of hard plastic on him. Coming down to his legs, you get about that much forward. Don't be surprised because there's a lot of different panels on him. Going backwards, you're getting that. Knee bend, you can get a little bit past 90. Down to his feet, they go up that much. Down a pretty great amount, a pretty decent amount side to side actually. And if you wanted to, you probably could get 360 around it, but I don't want to scratch this guy up. And of course, he has that butterfly pivot on his hips, and he does have a nice bit of side to side motion. Head sculpt goes up this far. Down, this right here is actually obstructing it just a little bit. Great amount of head tilt side to side, a lot actually. And of course he spins 360, but I don't want to mess this fleece up. But anyways, everybody, that's about all I have for you today. There's not really much I can say about this absolutely phenomenal figure. If you guys enjoyed this figure unboxing and want to see more content like it and a few more forms on my channel, make sure to drop a subscribe, maybe like the video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment with your opinion on the video or even just the figure. And as always, you guys can get this guy at toysassembled.com on the screen right here. And again, thank you for watching.